Welcome back to another episode of Green Card Insights, where we cover the Visa Bulletin and inform you of any changes that have been made to the Visa Bulletin between November and December 2024, as it's here for this month. So for this podcast, we will be going over December 2024's Visa Bulletin that was released last week, and we'll be going over the minimal changes that have been made between both bulletins for final action dates, as well as the dates for filing charts. And then we'll also go over which of the charts USCIS is using for the adjudication of green card cases for December 2024. Firstly, USCIS every month dictates which table we are to use for adjustment of status application filings. And the good news is that they are using Table B, which is the dates for filing chart in the Department of State Visa Bulletin for December 2024. Now, this is good because you'll see when I pull up the Visa Bulletin here in just a moment that the dates for filing chart has dates that are earlier, meaning the priority dates listed on that table are earlier than the ones that we see in the final action chart, which means that you're allowed to submit your adjustment of status application earlier rather than later. And this gives you some important benefits such as employment authorization as well as work authorization, employment authorization as well as travel authorization while you are waiting for your green card to be approved. So now I'm going to go ahead and share screen, and I'll kind of walk everyone through some of the changes that we see between the Visa Bulletins, starting with the November 2024 Visa Bulletin. So I have both of the tables pulled up for final action dates. Let me go ahead and scroll to it really quickly. Starting with November 2024, for final action dates for employment-based preference cases in the first row, so that's all of our EB1 cases, so EB1A, EB1B, EB1C, that would all fall within that first row. We see absolutely no movement between November 2024, so this first table here is November 2024, December 2024, absolutely no movement at all. So we see that for all chargeability areas except those listed, it is current, which is good news. That's the best news possible. That means that you can file both your I-140 and the I-45 at the same time, so concurrently, because there is a green card available for you at this time. And that's what that C stands for. And we see the same for Mexico and Philippines. However, for China and India, we see this backlog of 8 November 2022 for China, 1st of February 2022 for India. And this has stayed the same between November 2024 and December 2024. Now let's look at the second row. This is the EB2 NIW cases. There's no movement for all chargeability areas except those listed. It currently stands at 15 March 2023 for all chargeability areas, and it is at 15 March 2023 in December 2024's Visa Bulletin as well. And you'll see between both of these Visa Bulletins that there is no movement at all for China, Mexico, and Philippines. The only country that we see minimal movement for is India. So EB2 is at 15 July 2012 for India in November 2024. And in December 2024, it moves up ever so slightly to 1st of August 2012, which is still good news, although it is very, very little movement. And then just to touch upon the third row, that's for EB3 pro cases. So for EB3, we stand at 15 November 2022 for all chargeability areas except those listed. For China, it's at 1st of April 2020, Mexico and Philippines, 15 November 2022. The only movement we see is minimal movement for India, which is still good news. We'll take it, right? For EB3, we have 1st of November 2012. And in December 2024, it's 8th of November 2012. That sums up all of the movement in Table A, which is the final action dates for employment-based preference cases. Just to reiterate what this table means and how it is different from Table B, which we'll quickly glance at in a second. Table A dictates when USCIS will finally approve your green card. If you have a priority date that's earlier, and in Table B, you'll see that you were be able to submit an adjustment of status application. But let's say the priority date that you currently have is not earlier than the ones listed here, your green card application will not be approved at that very final stage until your priority date is either earlier or one of these priority dates listed here on Table A. So for November 2024, we'll quickly scroll to Table B. That's the dates for filing of employment-based visa application. We'll do the same for December 20. So in general, what we are seeing and what the speculation has been about Visa Bulletin trends currently is that the Department of State is refreshing these categories and the green cards available in these categories on more of a quarterly basis as opposed to a monthly basis. So month by month, we do this podcast to monitor any minor changes, if at all, and any significant changes if they occur, right? And for today's podcast, we see that there's only minor changes in India's categories for the final action dates chart. That being said, we are almost at December. This Visa Bulletin is for December 2024, which is the final month of the first quarter of the fiscal year 2025. January will be the start of the second quarter of 2025's fiscal year, which USCIS and the Department of State abide by. So we're hoping to see more significant change in January 2025's Visa Bulletin. If you look back at the Visa Bulletins in 2023 and 2024, you'll see a very similar trend as well. So November 2023 and December 2023, their Visa Bulletins were almost identical with very, very little movement. And then in January 2024, we saw a little bit more of a significant movement in, especially I believe it was the EB2 category that kind of advanced 4 to 5 months. So we're hoping to see the same significant advancement in January 2025's Visa Bulletin. I hope you all stay tuned for that. I'd like to end with an invitation to like, comment, subscribe so that you stay in touch with us and stay on trends related to the Visa Bulletin. If you'd like to set up a consultation to learn more about priority dates and when you should apply, please feel free to do so with the information in our bio.